What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning U.S. time. So come by and say hello. All right, about a day ago, maybe a little bit more than one day ago, we had an update, an announcement of when the validated node license rewards would be coming into effect. So if you've been following this, you knew that license holders would be receiving both vouchers as well as SPS. And we know that the nodes aren't really set to go live until Q4, although Matt and team have been working very hard to try to get that to us sooner rather than later. Well, the big news, and it was spoiled on Splinterlands TV, I think, during the Monster Maverick show on Tuesday. Yabamet came on the show and actually, not on the show, but was in the chat of the live stream and mentioned that he was working on a post to talk about moving up these rewards. Now, what are they actually moved to? Well, here are the details. You will see here that the license holders can expect to get voucher payments within the next week. So within like 4 or 5 or 6 days from now. For SPS, it says they are planning to begin the SPS rewards payouts to license holders no later than the end of August, even if the validator node software is not ready by then. So August is the middle of Q3, so this is definitely a surprise, and I would say a pleasant surprise. Now, I think it's important for me to reference some interesting conversation that happened in the Mav chat over the past 24 hours once this information went live. Now, Gank said that it felt a little, I think I want to use the proper word. He said sketchy, right? And he wasn't accusing anyone, and I'm not trying to rehash whatever that conversation led to or whatever that comment led to. But I do want to say that I understand his sentiment. Now, I don't know what the team's motivation was, and I don't know what the like the backroom conversations were like. And I don't even want to bother speculating on that. What I will speculate on is potentially their reaction to the sale that happened for nodes last week. And that is, we sold out through the pre-sale, and the pre-sale was the pre-sale was 2,000 nodes at roughly $2,000, right? Considering when vouchers were at $2. So that's like $3 to $4 million worth of money coming into the space, sold out in 11 minutes. I think that's a great accomplishment, and the team should be congratulated for it, and they should celebrate it. The thing is, once we hit tranche 1, we literally hit a brick wall, right? I think we got maybe like 200-300 licenses in, and then it just stopped. And my speculation is that they were potentially expecting to go through more of tranche 1, maybe even reach tranche 2, but the interest just wasn't there. And voucher prices have not been anywhere close to the $3 soft floor that tranche 1 should be dictating, right? Like, if you are interested in a validator and want to take advantage of the voucher discount, then you can buy vouchers. I mean, vouchers got as low as like $1.12 when they are going to give you a $3 reward, $3 discount on the nodes if you were to buy them. But nobody was buying them, so the interest wasn't there. So voucher prices plummeted. Then the vouchers on the secondary market, a lot of them were just being flipped, and then those prices started plummeting because there was no interest in it. So I understand why the team is doing this, right? They're trying to address the biggest concern, and this is something that I had a concern myself, where it's just like, what is the opportunity cost of staking SPS for the 6 months between now and whenever this thing launches in Q4. So to the team's credit, they listened to the feedback and they're delivering this much earlier. I mean, voucher payments are coming out next week. Here's the thing. I think it's great, right? Okay, so I think that's great. And Jarvie was the one who mentioned, right, like that they underpromised and overdelivered. So yes, that should definitely be appreciated, and I do appreciate it. The problem is, and this is actually a really big problem for me, so I want to be very clear about that, is we are now going to get literally a massive inflation on vouchers, because vouchers are going to be doubled. The amount that are hitting every single day are going to be doubled. The value and utility of me holding SPS, right? That's my biggest bag within this game, just got cut in half. And it's happening next week. I wasn't expecting this to go until, I don't know, for another couple months at least. But now the value of my SPS just got cut in half, because the only utility that SPS has right now is giving me vouchers. But vouchers are about to be inflated to infinity. Not infinity. I'm being a little hyperbolic here. But, we're literally doubling the amount. Look at the inflation problems the US is having for printing 25% of the entire money supply, right? Printing the entire money supply within the last 18 to 24 months. Well, we're going to print 50% of the voucher supply. And if you thought voucher prices were already super low, just wait until all of the node holders are going to be getting them in bunches and potentially dumping them on the market as their passive income. Now, here's the thing. I own a share in a validator. So, I'll be getting these benefits, but to me, it's still a big issue. Now, I don't want to harp on that, because of the fact that we knew that it was coming. So it's not like I'm just complaining about it because it's here now. But actually, that's exactly why I'm complaining about it, because it's here now and not when we expected it. The caveat is, there was supposed to be, right? Originally, when I was making my decisions, financial decisions, there was supposed to be some time in between when people buy the vouchers, between when people buy the nodes and when this goes live, for the team to implement some other utilities for vouchers. And now that time is gone. And yes, I'm not trying to be totally negative, because sure, it's a benefit that they're trying to give the community something. They're trying to deliver something earlier than expected. But the problem is, now we are just inflating this token, and it still doesn't have any ongoing utility. And if you're going to tell me that the ongoing utility is the node license sales, well, now you're going to get this second wave that comes in, but it's going to depreciate the value of vouchers, which is going to also depreciate the value of SPS potentially. And so it's just we're just going to be in this kind of negative symbiotic down cycle, in my opinion. So this is, like I said, it's disappointing for me. I think it's good that the team is listening. I don't think that there was any malintent here. So let me be very clear about that. I don't think there was any malintent. I think the team looked at one of the biggest criticisms for why nobody was interested, or even the people who bought, what their biggest feedback and gripe was about it. And they're trying to deliver something early. But my biggest issue is the fact that I was hoping that in the next 4 to 6 months, we would get some kind of voucher utility that would make the inflation of vouchers understandable. But we're not going to get that anymore. It's going to start dropping next week, and the inflation is going to be out of control, and there's nothing in sight, at least not that I'm aware of, that is going to require vouchers until Rift Watchers. So again, I felt good about the fact that I was stacking my vouchers and I was going to have a bunch for Rift Watchers, and I'd be able to get in early, right? That's not going to be the case anymore. Everybody who bought a node literally just cut the amount that I would be able to do that in half, because I wasn't expecting this to come in early. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to complain about my problems. I'm just trying to say that the financial decisions that many people made, and I think this is what Gank's primary argument was, right? And why I'm backing him on this. The primary argument was that people were making decisions based on that information, right? And part of the decision that I made was that, well, I don't want to spend my vouchers right now. I don't want to spend my SPS, because I want to get in on Rift Watchers. I want to make sure that I have a ton of vouchers available and a ton of SPS available for Rift Watchers. And so to feel kind of like, to feel as though what I was doing in my strategy just get completely devalued a couple months before Rift Watchers comes out, that hurts. and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So hopefully I'm explaining this right. I want to be very clear. I understand this is a very nuanced situation, and I'm not trying to attack anybody specifically or say that there was any malintent. I'm just saying that for me, it's incredibly disappointing, and I know for many others who have been holding and staking their SPS with the intention of trying to save up for something like Rift Watchers, this inflation was not expected now, right? It's like literally the one thing that I didn't like about about the validator node announcement was the fact that vouchers were going to be printed. I always thought that vouchers were going to be the benefit of staking SPS, right? This is something that would be reserved for SPS stakers. And now that's not the case. I could live with that, right? When it was something that was coming down the road, and hopefully we would get more voucher utility. But now we're not even going to get that voucher utility. We are just going to get inflation with nothing to eat it up. And sure, Rift Watchers will be something to eat it up, but I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. So wanted to make this video and share my thoughts on it. Again, this is the new reality. So this is the only time I'll hopefully complain about it and just try to make my decisions from here on out. But I'm curious to get your thoughts, how you feel about it, if you're excited about it. I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I think it's great that people will be able to start getting the benefits of the nodes, myself included. But this is just something that, again, my biggest issue was the inflation of vouchers, and my hope was that there would be a reason for that inflation, right? They'd be able to implement some type of utility for it, and that's not going to happen within the next week. So that's where I'm sitting with this. Would love to hear your thoughts. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Take care.